It's Zarek from Real Chiropractic Dynamics, and what we're going to be jumping into today is the Sigafoose Weekly subscription program. You know, I speak to people all over the place, whether it's in the Sigafoose Weekly Facebook page or at the school or at seminars that I go to, and I have these conversations with people and I say to them, like, you should really subscribe to the program. I think this could really help you. And people will often say, like, I am interested, but I don't know what it is. Like, what is it exactly that you get access to? What are you paying for? So that's what I wanted to do today to help out. I want to go through each product that is part of the program, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's included in it. If you listen to it and it resonates with you, that's great. We have a deal, an offer at the end of the video that you can take advantage of. If not, if it's not for you, it doesn't resonate with you, it's totally fine, but at least in the future, you'll know what it is. I believe in the product. I want to share with you what the product can do for you, and that's the purpose of this video. Hope you enjoy. Alright, one of the key components of the program is the weekly consultation call. When you sign up to Sigafoose Weekly, every week you'll get drip fed one of the consultation calls. Each one is 30 to 45 minutes, and it's when he had private coaching clients that were paying him a lot of money for these calls, but luckily for us, they were recorded and are now available to listen to at your leisure. Currently, there's 232 weeks worth of consultation calls, and each call will be of a different topic. So we've got like the history of chiropractic, what is subluxation, how to communicate subluxation to your staff so that they can communicate it to your patients, how you can communicate it to the patients directly, how to get out of symptom care, you know, so the famous, they've had 10 visits and they're not in pain anymore, so they leave, or they've had 10 visits and they're still in pain, so they leave. How do we get out of that pain-based, you know, symptom-based model? How to become more present in your adjusting, things that you need to do pre-shift. And Sigafoose, he was seeing, you know, 300 to 600 people a day. You don't necessarily have to see 600 people a day, but isn't it good to know the practices and rituals that he was doing to get himself in that zone? How to manage your energy, how to manage your money out of the practice, how to measure performance in the practice, different problems that people on the call, so his paying clients at the time, they'll speak up and say different issues and problems that they're having in practice, and then he'll give you his solution to the problem. How to keep patients going past the first phase of care, get them into maintenance care, get them into more subluxation, health-based model. Daily practices and routines for success in practice. So that's the consultation call. I wouldn't recommend sitting and like taking detailed notes of it. More so if you do sign up, what a lot of people do is it's a half-hour call, so listen to it in your car, listen to it on the train on the way to school, and let it drip in gradually. You know, listen to it once a day for a week, and you'll pick up the message that he's giving you. So that's the weekly consultation call, and even that alone is a lot of content and a lot of value.
It's how much we love and how much we give and how much we serve. What's the point of being a chiropractor? Simply to crack backs and make money? Is that it? Or is being a chiropractor the understanding of what we have and what we're working with and for? And how much can we give to people? How much can we love people? How much can we serve people? How much of a servant can I be to the people that need my services and need me as an individual? That's what chiropractic is about. And then the actual practice of chiropractic naturally is the location and the correction of a vertebral subluxation, period. Nothing more and nothing less. And thereby releasing this magnificent centrifugal force called innate to be able to do whatever it needs to do to overcome the centripetal forces or the environmental forces that are out there.
Patient education videos. So back in the day, Sigafoose was using VHS tapes, which have now been digitized for various different things in the practice that he would use to educate his patients, which are now available to you. So you will get his own health talk that he was using as a patient orientation. You'll get him doing that to the camera. You'll get his own pre-consultation video, which patients would have been watching pre-consultation so that they know what to expect. You'll see his report of findings, you'll see his pre-x-ray report, You'll get other information like the importance of maintenance care, the meaning of symptoms. There's a whiplash video in there. There's about 9 videos, and they're quite short, maybe 10 minutes each, and it's about an hour and a half of content. You can either use the information that he's giving in the videos and make it your own, which is what I recommend. Like, I use most of his health talk, for my patient orientation. Or what you can do is you have access to the videos, you can just have them playing, you can send them to your patients, you can have them playing in your waiting room.
I came in with a variety of symptoms or whatever it may have been, and it's gone. Why do I keep coming in? Well, let me explain to you why I keep coming in. And for us to be able to determine what's going on, why it's going on, we have to know what the spine looks like. So we take the x-rays. If you don't know subluxation, you don't know chiropractic. There's so many people that go to chiropractors for years and years and years, have no understanding of why they're going.
The Higher Ground video series, so of the videos that you get access to, this one's probably my favorite. It's about 5 hours of video content, and what it is, it's a seminar of Sigafoose going through different sections. So there's 1 hour on innate intelligence, there's the philosophy of chiropractic for an hour, there's a CA training video from Selena Sigafoose. Selena and her husband Kevin Jackson have been consistently seeing 1,000 people a week for years, so their CA systems need to be on point. You have access to all that. There's content on building your ideal practice and how to cultivate abundance in your practice. As I say, it's about 5 hours, and he covers a broad scope of things in this whole seminar.
Would you prefer to see one person at $300 a visit, or 300 people at $1 a visit? And a young boy looked at him, and I said, well, I'd rather have 300 people. He said, then don't talk to me about money. Money means nothing. I mean, when it comes to serving people, the object is to serve as many people as you can possibly serve.
Sigafoose at Red Deer. For me, this is one of my favorites because it was my introduction to Sigafoose. Whenever I was going to be on the podcast with Kerry, he said, okay, well, you're going to need something to talk about. So I was given access to Red Deer, and after half an hour of listening to it, that's when it clicked for me, and I was like, yeah, this guy's speaking my language. Red Deer is about 5 hours long, and he'll cover a broad range of things in that.
All I'm telling you is that chiropractic, when practiced as a result of clearing subluxations and maintaining thereof, will allow the body to heal itself of any disease known to man. I don't care what your fixed ideas are. I don't care what your past thoughts are. I don't care what your professor said. I don't care what school you're from. I don't care what you think. It doesn't stop it from working.
30 days to a new practice and a new life. It's basically an audio course that you listen to for a month. It's half an hour a day for 30 days. This is 15 hours, this alone is 15 hours of content, and basically what it's aiming to do is increase your strengths in practice and amend your weaknesses. It's an audio course basically on the philosophy and the mindset that you need for success in practice.
What creates negativity from negative thinking can also create success from positive thinking.
B.J. Palmer wrote a book called Fame and Fortune, and basically what this next product is, it's called BJ's Fame and Fortune, and it's Sigafoose doing like a really detailed book review of that literature and going through it in his own way and explaining his interpretation of it. It's 3 hours long, and it's talking a lot about the philosophy of chiropractic and also the practical procedures that BJ was putting in place to see so many people and help so many people, and the quality of his adjustments. And then it's Sigafoose talking about how you can apply that to your adjusting.
Of innate intelligence, hopefully is becoming more and more apparent to you. And the fact that it needs no education from you, that it needs only to be released by you into a body, should be absolutely apparent. And the effect of that and the rewards of that are staggering.
Alright, so BJ and the other fellow. So it's BJ Palmer himself doing a speech to the Palmer College of Chiropractic. This product here, it's only 1 hour long, but it's a little piece of chiropractic philosophy. For me, I didn't know that we had like recordings of BJ actually speaking, so this was cool for me to find. So this product, there's no Sigafoose actually in it. It's a recording of BJ, and it's a piece of our history.
We never know how far-reaching something we may think, say, or do will affect the lives of millions tomorrow. One man was ruining it, another man saved it. Now who knows how important you are?
Alright, the next one is BJ's Green Books with Sigafoose. This product is 8 hours long, and it culminates at the end with basically Sigafoose's journey through reading the Green Books, and then he has a speech which he's doing to patients. It's 1 hour long at the end of the program. Even for that, I recommend that you would listen to that and use it. You could use that as a health talk. It's doing a health talk, but keeping with the principles that are in the Green Books. As you know, Green Books, they can be quite hard to read, they can be quite hard to digest. The bulk of this product is basically Sigafoose going through the Green Books, reading different texts, and then giving you his interpretation of it and explaining it with modern terminology. This one, it's a really good product, but it's quite heavy. I would start off with some consultation calls, start off with Red Deer, and then build your way up to this one. It's a really good product. It can be quite heavy, but it's a great introduction and a fast track to the Green Books. And then of course the bit at the end where he's speaking to his own patients, you can use that in your orientation talk.
This is a subluxation. This bone is out of alignment with the one above it and below it, sitting back behind it, pressing on a nerve. So what? What difference does that make? Well, it makes a lot of difference, because what it's doing here is taking a nerve that carries the mental impulse or the life from the brain into the body, carries that intelligent life force that made the body and heals the body, and choked it off. Right at this point, we call this a subluxation.
Sigafoose was really big on meditation and visualization. This whole product is explaining how those concepts can be used for you to become the person that you want to be and to have the practice that you want to have. So he will explain the practice in detail and tell you why it's going to enhance your life. And also in this product there are some guided meditations as well, where Sigafoose himself is showing you how to meditate and visualize. This product, 1 hour long, overcoming fear through meditation and visualization.
Can rid our mind of these people, of these incidences, so that we can go forth with the things that need to be done on a day-to-day basis in plotting our future, so that we can go on and do the things that are necessary.
So I think when most people think Sigafoose, they think like the stage persona. They think the, you know, rallying the troops, the power that made the body heals the body. And really, most of this program, he's a bit more calm. He's in a different space. This one, no. On this product, this is the best of Sigafoose the Great. This is the collection of his, it's like his highlight reel. It's like his best talks. It's different clips from different times in his career. He's going to go into why chiropractic is necessary for health and wellness and the healing aspects behind the philosophy of chiropractic. This product alone is 4.5 hours. That's a long highlight reel, 4.5 hours.
We all want to be healers, and we all are healers, but we're not healers of other people. We're healers of ourselves. And we're the only one that can do the healing for ourselves. I can't heal you, but we can flip a switch here and there, do a few things that would be able to allow you to perceive and understand and do the healing for yourself. People don't get that. You see, the majority of people on planet Earth think they need to take a drug, a potion, a lotion, or change their notion, and none of the above are true. See?
Our next product is The Legend Lives On. When Sigafoose was alive, he recorded a 36-hour audio program, which I don't know if it ever got released. But after his passing, his family found all the tapes. Some of them had been damaged over the years though, but 10.5 hours managed to survive. And it's basically a collection of anecdotes. It's lessons that he learned in his life, it's lessons that he's learned in his practice, lessons that he's learned through discovering the philosophy of chiropractic. There's also a lot of anecdotes of his time in Panama when he goes on the mission trips to Panama with Stu Bittman, that kind of thing. So that's the legend lives on. It's not a full program, but still a lot of value, and it's still 10.5 hours.
Upon the philosophical tenets are the reasons why we do things. The science is what happens when we do something, and the art is the type of adjustment that we use to correct these problems. Now, if you haven't mastered a technique, the first thing you need to do is master one. Master one that you're completely and totally content and happy with, and that you get end products, which is the correction of subluxations, not the alleviation of symptoms. Number two, if you don't understand the science of chiropractic, then start researching it. Get research papers from people who are researching it.
Next product, the principle is alive and well. Kerry says that for some reason Canada managed to bring something out of Sigafoose, especially whenever he was on the stage. This product is 3 hours, and it's him talking about chiropractic philosophy from the stage.
You got it, interference to life. That's what's causing all of those symptoms, you see. So instead of attacking every symptom, every manifestation of alteration, we have to go after that which we know to be doing what? Causing the problem, which is what? Subluxation. You can say it's okay. No, I got the word. The government will not arrest us if we say the word. Subluxation. Say it. Now,
the reconnection, heal others and heal yourself. This is, it's 2.5 hours long. It's a detailed discussion on Sigafoose's approach to diagnosis and healing within chiropractic. Again, there's a lot of anecdotes from this one, especially when he's going into the prisons to adjust people who physically might look like they don't have anything wrong with them, but mentally there's other stuff going on. And he's talking about how he applied the philosophy to those situations, and it's anecdotal content on the things that he saw and experienced during that time.
But I was just doing a seminar last week or the week before in Panama, or in Panama City, Palm Beach. And I had shorts on that normally used to fit me, but now that I lost 30 pounds, they didn't fit so good. So I was standing on a stage, and I like to walk around. So I stepped down off the stage, and my pants hit the floor. So that's what they did. They laughed. Now here's the salty part. Somebody said, "What happened?" I said, "My erection just went down."
There is a 20-minute video made for the chiropractors where it's Sigafoose doing his health talk but explaining to you at the same time why he's doing what he's doing, what sort of terminology should you be using, what kind of communication strategies can you use to get the message across to the patient. So that video is on the program, and also the presentation that he is doing on the video has since been digitized and it's been made into a PowerPoint. Again, if you want to just copy it and use it in your practice or in your recruitment of patients for student clinic, that's fine. What I would do and what I would recommend is take the elements out of it that you like, change it a little bit, and then make it your own. But this is a really nice base, an instruction manual, like a blueprint to make your first visit orientation and your health talk.
because I think that the terminology that we've been using in the past hasn't registered a picture in the people's minds. So that when we use subluxation, they think of something else because they have no picture for it. When we talk about life, they're thinking about the experience of life. We're not thinking about that. We talk about adjustment, they're thinking about adjusting their carburetor or their television or their VCR. It's not what we're talking about at all.
So we all know the famous examples that we often use in chiropractic, like, you know, you have the bowling ball that has the weight of a bowling ball and it's going forward, or your nervous system's kind of like a fuse box that you need to keep under maintenance and make sure everything's working fine. Well, 28 of these videos have been made into infographics, which you can use to promote your clinic or as education in the clinic. So for students and DCs, you can take these videos and you can post it on your own social media to educate your people. Or if you're a DC and you already have a practice, just put these on. There's 28 short videos. They're about 30 seconds to a minute each one, giving good detailed examples that are simple and easy to understand. And you can just have it playing on repeat in your clinic to educate your people.
When it's your body we're talking about, you need to make sure that you're dealing with a chiropractor that has the knowledge and experience to get you the help that you need as soon as possible. We would love to help you. We will offer you a thorough consultation and get you on the road to recovery as quick as possible. Isn't it about time that you got back to doing the things you love? You can reach us by following the directions on this page. We look forward to hearing from you.
Another one that you can have playing in the clinic, in the waiting room, are these cartoons that Kerry has had made that explain the chiropractic story to kids through cartoons. So we've got Billy the Lifestyle, the chiropractic story, happy spine, sad spine, and what is a subluxation. These are the perfect length for kids to watch while the parents are in the practice.
They do this so they can move that bone back into place, so that the nerve can flow nice and free and healthy with lots of energy, so that you'll be healthy and have lots of energy. A chiropractor won't give you any shots or drugs, and they won't put anything on you, and they won't cut anything out of you. They just use their hands to move those bones so that you stay healthy and happy. The doctor of chiropractic works with you from the time you are born and for the rest of your life. They can work with your mommy and daddy, your brothers and sisters, and grandma and grandpa too.
Brochures. So there's printable brochures that you can have in your practice. You can just print them straight off, they're ready to go, or again you can copy the content, make it your own, put your own logo on it, and it's fine. Topics include chiropractic for children. Why should children come and see the chiropractor? Why should they be adjusted? Explaining that to the parents. Symptoms. What do symptoms mean? Are symptoms necessarily what we're after? What are we trying to fix? Why you come into this office, and my favorite, an extreme one, the paralysis of life caused by a subluxation. Not only do you have all of that audio content, all of that video content, you also have a load of books that you'll be given access to. What books will you get? Abundance for Chiropractors, pretty self-explanatory, 22 pages. Catch the Lightning, that one's in depth on philosophy, that's 112 pages. Good Medicine, all of these are written by Sigafoose, that's 152 pages. It's less on the philosophy, more on the science and communicating the science of subluxation. The Power of Consciousness, the CA College, how do you train your CAs? When you bring in someone new off the street and you're trying to train them up, how do we go about that? How do we get them involved in chiropractic? And the Sigafoose Procedure Manual. You will get a PDF version of this, which is the Sigafoose Procedure Manual. Within this book are the procedures that Sigafoose was using to see 2,000 people a week. Maybe you don't want to see 2,000 people a week. I don't know if I want to see 2,000 people a week. I think that's pretty extreme. It's pretty badass. But these are all the ways that he was generating leads. You know, he's not really big on scripts. I'm not really big on scripts and sales tactics, but it's nice to have something to work off. The exact procedures that he used to build a 2,000 people a week practice. Up until now, there's only been one way that you can get access to all the content that I've just shown you, and that is to subscribe to Sigafoose Weekly. So normally, you know, it's $90 a month. You pay that every month, and bit by bit, the consultation calls, all the other stuff I showed you, it gets drip fed to you over a long period of time, which is great. However, Kerry Sigafoose wants this to be accessible now. He thinks that it can help the profession. It's really going to help you in your practice. I believe so too. And so during the month of August, if you are a DC, instead of subscribing and waiting a long time, you can get all this content with a one-time payment of $1,000. It gets even better. Kerry wants this to be accessible to students. Not many students have €1,000 lying around. And so for every 4 students that pay €250, Kerry will give each of you the Sigafoose Weekly program. So for €250, you get access to Sigafoose's life work, all the stuff that I've just talked through. That's an amazing deal. I really believe in the product, and that's why I wanted to show you exactly what you're buying. I'm not going to say that this product is like the be all and end all, and that if you get it that you're not going to need to go to any communication seminars or any philosophy seminars. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, yes, €250 is a lot to a student, but for this amount of content, this is going to give you a really nice base. That's what it's done for me. This has given me a really nice base, a really nice foundation on the philosophy, the communication, my confidence in the adjustment, and my confidence with dealing with patients and dealing with their obligations and communicating what chiropractic is to them. You know, so it is the price of a seminar. For €250, you can go to a seminar. This is the price of one seminar, and you get to keep all the content. It's there forever. There's a lot of hours, and you can just listen to it over and over and over again and let it sink in until it becomes part of you. So for DCs, it's a one-time payment of €1,000. For students, get a team together, get 4 people, it's €250 each. I believe in the product. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. If you're watching this, you've probably seen me on the Facebook groups or whatever, but I'll leave my contact details below. Let me know how I can help you. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful.